Hello guys, it's Eleni and welcome to yet another video of the Expedition Leaders series. In this series we talk about the characters of the expansion for Arnak, how they play, their secrets, their special abilities, and of course some strategy tips and tricks. We have finally reached the point where we can talk about the more challenging and complex leaders, like the courageous explorer. The explorer is a loner who prefers to explore the island by herself. She's a strong and resilient hiker and an excellent scout whose skills usually push her further ahead of the other adventurers and much deeper into the jungles, leaving the rest far behind. She's so skillful that she starts with only one archaeologist, but she can replenish the lost energy by using her snack tokens, helping her move further through Arnak. The Explorer is the last leader who had already been on the base game box, so her visual design was made easier with all those previous iterations we made when working on the base game. Compared to her base book design, on the player board of the expansion, she received an upgrade in the form of a big backpack that holds all the necessary items she needs to survive alone in the wilderness. We wanted the Explorer to appear self-sufficient and independent, and her numerous gear reflects that. Her loner characteristic is also mirrored on her player board background, which gradually transformed from a wintry and white palette to the pinkish tones of a more deserted landscape. As mentioned before, the Explorer plays with only one archaeologist instead of two, so when setting up the game, you will use only one archaeologist of your chosen color, and you can leave the other one in the box. The Explorer also has her 3 snack tokens. Using those allows you to move your one archaeologist from one side to another. At the start of the game, you will only have 2 of the tokens available, the flask and the chocolate. You place the 3rd token with the berries on space 3 of the round counter above the card row, and you will receive it at the start of round 3. And how exactly can you move your one archaeologist? That's a good question. The first placement of the archaeologist from your player board onto a site on the map is done according to the usual rules. You pay the travel cost and perform a dig or discover action. After this first placement, as the Explorer, you can still reuse your one and only archaeologist and move it to a different site. But this time, in addition to the usual rules and costs of placement, you will also need to spend a snack token. You spend a snack token by taking it from your board, paying the cost shown on the token, if it has one, flipping the token over and placing it on the site you are currently leaving. Only then you may move your archaeologist to a different site. As you can see, spending the first snack token doesn't cost you anything. However, the second and third snack tokens all have a cost associated with them. You will need to pay these costs in order to spend these snack tokens for additional movement. You may use the snack tokens you have available in any order. Once you have spent all your snack tokens, or you cannot pay the associated costs, you cannot reuse and move your archaeologist anymore this round. There's a couple of additional movement rules you should keep in mind when playing with the Explorer. First, you can never move your archaeologist to a site that is already marked by a snack token, even if it's a site with a space for 2 archaeologists. Secondly, the other players ignore your snack tokens, as these tokens alone do not occupy sites or spaces. And last, when abandoning a site with a guardian, you would normally have to get a fear card at the end of the round, but when playing with the Explorer, you do not get a fear card if you use a snack token to leave a site with a guardian on it. Looking at the Explorer's unique idle slot, you'll see that it's very handy to make your movement on the map slightly easier. It gives you a coin, a compass, and a boot travel icon. And here's the Explorer's starting hand. She starts with 2 fear cards as usual, and she also takes a funding card and these 3 more special cards. With the Scouting card, you gain a compass. If you discover a new site this same turn, you may draw 2 sites and choose one of those to place on the board, placing the other one to the bottom of the stack. The Hike card gives you a compass, or you can choose to spend a snack token by paying its cost, if it has any, and placing it on this card to activate a base camp site. Last, the Cartography gives you either a coin, or similarly to Hike, you can spend a snack token to gain a tablet and use an effect of any face-up idol on the map board. Just make sure that the snack token spent on either Hike or Cartography remains spent on these cards and cannot be used to reuse your archaeologist this round. The token remains spent even if the card is exiled. At the end of the round, any snacks spent on cards return to your board, similar to snacks spent on reusing the archaeologist. Now you know everything about how the Explorer plays, except how to use this leader to her fullest potential. With the Explorer, you will need to find a good source of travel icons so you have fuel to move up to 4 times per round. Cards with travel icons as part of their effect are especially useful. In order to be able to travel, you will also need coins and compasses to use your snacks. Compasses are also useful for exploring new places to go to. The key trick the Explorer has up her sleeve is basically that she can run away from guardians. It's a good idea to explore as soon as possible in round 1, so you still can decide whether to run away from the guardian or to overcome it. Don't forget about the Scouting special effect that lets you pick one of the 2 sites. It can be extremely effective in getting just the right resources to move up on the research track or avoid getting fear from the side effect early in the game. And that was it for the Explorer and her strategy tips. I will see you all next week when we talk about the last expedition leader, the Mystic.